Hi, my name is Jay Haft. This is episode 12 of Beaver Dam in the state of Wisconsin, a corrupt criminal enterprise, a true American horror story. I just want to say this is a movie that I made. It's called Conspiracy Park, and have a little patience with me because some of the stuff I don't want to go over. So here we go.
Society. The conspiracy part still. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Conspiracy Park. Gotten through threats, fear, lies, misrepresentation, tainted forever. Don't forget fraud, extortion, a bunch of wonderful things. My name is Jay Haft again, and coming from the Fountain Inn, downtown Beaver Dam. I've owned this place for 15 years. It used to be ER. And this is kind of an overview of the place. It's an old historical bar among Wisconsin and the National Historical Society. The Conspiracy Park story, these are some of the worst atrocities of business owners in the history of America. It's a conspiracy between the city of Beaver Dam, the Department of Natural Resources, aided and abetted agency. What I've done here is I've stood up for my rights, and I stood up for justice. And Beaver Dam had two floods in 2004 and 2008. This building flooded in 2008. And this is some of the stuff that came out after the flood. But we had the flood, and the city started threatening everybody with the help from the DNR. Dam had two floods. Most obvious concerns, in some ways, plan for the owners of these 11 buildings. The city attorney found out late yesterday the free spiritual sect whose members wear no uniform, evidence of just compensation to real property. It's the guy that was consulting Secretary Frank.
This is a picture of my son, Cody. He's like 1.5.
If he has additional questions, I'll come back to them later after I watch the movie. Because like I said, there's no script. This is all done, free hand, free mouth for me. Okay. So I told them they had a meeting with the DNR, and I took people out of their relocation, and first raised this question to us. We gave him basically the same, because they show up with no that surface profiles and floodplain, and our surface profiles and flood. We had several meetings with the mayor. Required to not be required. Every day on all this 4.14 million to Governor Jim Doyle since 2003 versus 17,175 by supporters of the plan of Wisconsin Democracy Campaign Review shows. But since Doyle became governor, his campaign has received 34% of its 12.24 million in large individual political action committee contributions from special interest opponents of an independent DNR secretary. That's kind of interesting. I thought I'd throw that in there. And then here's another one. This is Wisconsin Aging Dams raised concerns on Dam Safety Awareness Day. Said it's large individual political. How's it going? This is Friday, June 4th, downtown Beaver Dam, and this is my son Cody, and I just thought I'd interview him. He's been working for me for about 4 to 5 years and stuff like that, and he's had to listen to all this crap and stuff on the radio too, just like me. So, okay, go.
Every day on day-to-day basis, I have to deal with this bullshit. People threatening us, people saying lies. It's an everyday thing around here in Beaver Dam. It's a small town, word gets around. And the city and the DNR sit here and harass us constantly. I don't have much more to say.
Well, here I am, downtown Beaver Dam. This is the wonderful Conspiracy Park. You can see this is all the fill filled in all the way up to here. It used to be flooded. floodway. They took and filled along here, stuff for no particular reason at all, other than the fact that that building there, guess what? That is a floodway structure. Yes, it is. I've been watching. There's 15 feet of fill put in there, and there's pillars under there. Okay. So why couldn't they put the 15 feet of fill on my side? Okay. Eliminated me from the floodway. They're starting threatening them, to remove their building and stuff like that. You can see here, this is my building, okay? And I'll show you those other pictures inside and stuff. We did extensive work in here. We had 300 bags of bonding cement. I spent 4.5 months working on it myself. I rented 2 man lifts. I was fully extended 85 feet above the river to get to the top, across the river here. And it's some beautiful stuff down here. Yeah, the city paid about $30,000 to fix that wall. And they said that I was on my own and this and that. But even though I had 3 walls I had to fix, not just one, 3. This is shot down the river here. Okay, then we're coming down Main Street. This is Beaver Dam. Hey, Crony! This here's 20 years of construction worker, and this is some of the stuff in here. This is 19.5 feet of illegal fill. And there's that illegal wall. And see down in here, this is illegal fill. This is actually going to be their wonderful park, this little area. They removed the building here from the Masonic Temple. As you can see down in there, they actually filled in over on those bridge embankments and stuff like that. This you can see is the other side of the building. Put those spaces on there, keep my boredom and stuff. Now there was 3 combo walls on here. There's another shot of the fill and stuff like that along the area. This is another shot from over on the corner of Conspiracy Park. What they went through for this little tiny park and stuff like that. Okay. It runs on there. There's another one of the walls the city paid to fix and stuff. And they filled in all along there. Okay. And then basically that's all filled in with building material there because that was all open floodway to the road there too. And then they put some of the stuff in here wherever they could put it. They don't have any dump trucks. They do. Okay, we're back down by the river. You can see some of this brick material and stuff like that. You're already starting to see signs of erosion and stuff. Bricks and stuff and mortar and stuff in here. This stuff is just the building fill and stuff like that. There was another piece in here. This one here. I was wondering about this rock and stuff like that. So, yeah. But what they did was they also filled in the most constricted points here on the bridge and stuff like this. You can see from this angle how this used to be all open in here. And you can see on the edges there how it is and stuff like this. I mean, why block the most constricted points in places? And then here you can see down through here how this is all filled in too. Okay, this is the wonderful. This is what they spent all this time and crap on and treat the people like a bunch of criminals over. Okay, as we walk in, this is the Fountain Inn. This place was built in 1911. It's 99 years old. It's kind of nice floor. It's Italian tile. Those are called rosettes on there. It's all original. And then you come up through the top. The ceiling is all original. It's the Frank Lloyd Wright designed Mission Oak ceiling. Okay. As we come through here, you can see these booths here are kind of cool. These are what they call Art Deco booths. These were built in the 1950s. Art Deco was the era of design and stuff like that. And it's all brick interior in here. And then you come through, and then you got a pool table and stuff like that. And it's got an old exhaust fan up on top. And then it's got another brick wall and stuff like that. And then you come in here. It's kind of cool. It's got all the original old doors and everything. It's what they call historically intact. Then we have these old antique urinals that everybody loves. These things are old. You know, that kind of zoom back on. Okay. And then what it has is the skylight here. Okay. And that's what they call a natural ventilation chamber. Place used to be ER. I've owned the place for 15 years and stuff like that. It's even got the original stall on here and stuff like that. So that's the men's bathroom. Okay. The women's bathroom was actually a closet at one time. And a lot of the women know that because there's not much, you know. There's actually a different interior wall stuff. Before Prohibition, women weren't allowed in bars. So. But during Prohibition, they let them in speakeasies. And then after Prohibition, they let them back into the bars. This is kind of the show place of the place here. I'm on the Wisconsin and National Registry of Historic Places. And this here is one of the pillars. These are Carthaginian carvings. There's mother of pearl. They call it abalone. And that's got tiger oak veneer on the bar and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. And it's actually, those were originally an ice box at one time when they put ice in there. And then there's liquor storage. And then there's wine storage or extra liquor. A cabinet and stuff. The other pillar on there. It's a beautiful shot of the tiger oak. You get mahogany tops, quarter sawn oak on top, and actually it's a marble kick plate. And I put the brass rail on there. These windows here are what they call leaded glass windows with prismatic tiles. If you look in that left corner, it says Luxfer Company. They produced these till 1920. I believe General Electric bought them out. And you got your archway and stuff there. Like I said, these are all original beautiful doors and stuff. This is kind of the fun stuff here. These are original pictures of this place, you know, that I got. You can see how dark the bar was when we finished the bar and stuff, and then see the original floor and spittoons. Wish they still had them shutters, those. The saloon doors, whatever they call them. And there's another shot of the door, the old bar. Okay, here's a shot of my building. After the demolition, this is what they left me. Wonderful building and stuff like that. So you can see in the front there of the building, the floodway went all the way to the street. They filled it in all the way to there, where my finger is right up there. So there's another shot of my building and stuff. That's what it looked like on the other side and stuff, and then the back and stuff like that. You can see they brutalized it pretty bad on the sides and stuff. You know, the poor old building, you know. Let that go. These are interesting here. These are pillars and stuff. What on the building before me, what they did was they altered the flow, increased the velocity. I tell people this looks like Rome, Italy, and they just laugh. What they did was they oversized these pillars. If you look especially over here to the left where my finger is, okay, that there, those there were right out in the middle of the mouth of the river. What they did was they acted like two man-made dams and stuff. The water was all diverted out into the middle, increased the velocity, caused a premature failure of the celestial building, and also washed out my building. Okay, that was unpermitted alterations. Okay, city said they didn't need permit. They went from 16 inches to 4 feet in diameter on those pillars. Okay, here's another one that really shows the difference too. If you look at the first pillar, how wide that is, that's 4 feet in diameter. The other one's 18 inches. And if you look at the top of this up here, you can see that original diameter and stuff like that. And then here's another shot of this, you know, wonderful pillars and stuff like that. So, all right, thanks, folks. Hey, this is Audrey, and we thought we'd give her an interview. So, what do you think of the whole downtown mess?
I really don't like it. I think that this bar should stay open just like every other place.
So, what do you think about the way they treated the people?
I don't think they treat us right.
Thank you. This is Ron Chenard. He's a friend of mine. He helped me when I opened up 15 years ago, and then he helped this summer working on the building and stuff. And I'm going to let him say what he wants.
What I got to say is, look at the masonry work that was done. Look what we've done to this building. He's trying to keep the building. DNR does not have to keep it because the man's taking care of the building. Look at, we did all the work on the side, the brickwork and everything else. DNR is wrong for taking this place from this man. The man wants to keep a 100-year building standing. I think he has a prerogative to do it.
All right, thank you, Ron. Hi, this is Cyril Burrow, and She's going to give a few statements.
Now, I've known Jay since I was 16, and he had Jay's Triangle Inn. He always was a respectable bar owner. We always had fun, and we never had any cops there or anything. We always had fun. Then he moved to Beaver Dam and loved his mom. But he's making a stand. This is his place. Why should you chase him out? This used to be, what, Logan?
Yeah.
I used to come here when I was like 4 or 5 years old with my parents. My parents were from the old school German thing. They used to go out and drink and party. We used to go to the bath. We used to go to the bowling alley. He's holding his stand. What more do you want?
All right. Thank you, sir. Hey, here we are downtown at the Fountain Inn on July 5th. And this is Larry and Judy here. And they're both involved in this downtown ordeal here. Larry was one of the property owners down here. And then this is his lady here, Judy, and she was actually at the meetings too. And I'm going to let them say what they want. So what do you think of the way they treated the property owners down here?
Well, we all came up with the money they were going to give us. At first, they didn't only offer half, but they seemed to change their mind later on, and we got the full retail of it. I own the 209 Front Street, which used to be L&W Music, but I had a renter there, and the place got flooded out, and it was like 5 feet of water in a day, and the renter finally had to move too, so I lost that. And they told us we couldn't do any repair work to the buildings because I was on the frontage of the water. So finally, the city finally gave me the money for the building. We let them have it, and I got out. I was there like 35 years, so I had my share.
I was just going to ask you one thing too. When it came to the relocation and stuff like that, the city basically, they had you waive that, right?
Right, yeah, there was no relocation that I know of. Not for me, anyway.
Yeah. You were actually living there at the time, right?
Yes, I was.
And you had an occupancy permit.
Yeah.
So Larry should have been entitled here to relocation. According to the downtown development plan, the city actually put down money for his building and stuff like that. And, we're all trying to make a good resolution for this. And one of the biggest things is I want to say too is the day they had that meeting down there, the city and stuff, and then on that 50% rule. At first, what did they say was all included with that?
Well, they were gonna. They talked several things. They wanted to have us fix it up first at our expense, I assume. But then they changed their mind, and then they're gonna offer like half of what the building is worth to pay us for that, which wouldn't have been enough. So later on, they changed their mind and they come up with 100%.
But they basically threatened you on the radio with condemnation by the city and the DNR, or the DNR.
Yeah, they said the DNR could possibly tear the buildings down.
Okay. All right.
So I assume the DNR has a lot of power.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask Judy a couple questions here. I know you were at that meeting too, right, Judy?
Yes, I was.
And how did you think the way the city handled it, when they came out, threatened these people that were flood victims, 3 weeks after the flood? I know up in the Dells and stuff, they had benefits and stuff for the people, and Noah's Ark and some of the other places were donating part of their actual admission fees for the people, and they had cans at every gas station, every bar, stuff with Illinois money for these people, that lived in these mansions and stuff. Well, there was like, 23, building owners down here at the time that got flooded and stuff. So from your aspect, how do you feel about that?
I think they treated the people very unfair because these people had businesses for how many years and lived here, and now, first of all, they had to hear it on the radio, which I didn't think was right. And then the meeting was, no, everybody had questions, but they didn't get the answers they were looking for. First they said, oh, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. You have nothing to worry about. Sound like they would get money to, rebuild and stuff like that. But then they threatened them and said, well, DNR can come in here and just take it down and you won't have anything. And that was unfair for them. Where are they supposed to go
well, the people, you remember them telling that they said that if you were in a floodway, you couldn't fix your building.
Yes.
You know, what does that do to a person? I mean, if you can't fix your building, it's kind of like a,
Well, yeah, that's the last.
Yeah.
It's a no-win.
yeah.
Oh,
and,
that's not fair.
and the big thing too with the, you know, I found out too was on this, the only thing that counted on that 50% rule was structural repairs. And, you know, they told us that everything was included and stuff like that. So, okay. You guys got any other comments or?
No, just that I had a mess from all the water that was down there. I had to put new furnace in, new water heater in, new electrical system.
For what?
Yeah. No, if I had known they were going to tear it down, I wouldn't have done all that.
Yeah, and all that expense.
All right, thanks, you guys. Okay, back to the movie. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the fact they didn't remove the lead paint from the fill that they put in the floodway. Okay. On the rules, the city got the DN back their relocation, trying to get things. Oh, we never mentioned condemnation. Oh, we never mentioned process of putting together it process. They were involved. That DNR involved. Saving buildings is so actually a better picture. Okay, when they, with the DNR, what they did to the people on the lake because of that. You know, if they could have, you know, released more water sooner, none of the buildings were flooding yet. I mean, until that night. So, you know, you look at that and you say to yourself, why didn't they pull those boards? What was the special procedure to destroy the downtown? I can't positively say that, but when you look at it and you say to yourself, why didn't they take the boards out sooner? Why wait till it gets to a certain level and then dump this wall of water down? I mean, this is unconscionable behavior. Somebody should answer for this.
These are a few pictures here you can see on there. All the fill came through there. Stuff like that. It's going to eventually leach down in. That's underneath the river. And this here is an interesting one too. This is a picture of underneath, okay, when they dumped all that stuff in there. That right corner, you can't see it, it's a little dark, but you can see all them bricks fell in there. This is actually a better picture of kind of the same thing. You can see how it blocks a big portion of the river, and there's completely packed inside, you know, for the water to filter out the fill. This was from 1995, it says on there. That's when they oversized those pillars. Okay, one other thing on here too. This is an interesting one. It says, homes evacuated from Beaver Dam River. Dodge County homes have been evacuated. Emergency workers are worried the water in Beaver Dam River may rise even higher after the rainfall and severe storms that passed through there Wednesday. The possibility exists that it could collapse, and if it does, we're going to have the river blocked off and flood a number of businesses downtown, fire chief.
The water slamming in the building, at least one was deemed not to be structurally sound weeks ago. Officials are confident the dam will hold, but they put sandbags around the edge to funnel the water. We're holding our breath and crossing our fingers we don't get more rain. With more water from upriver, if we can maintain it, if we're doing fine, she said. However, many homes along the river in Haskell aren't doing well. They look more like houseboats. It's a bubbling up through the foundation. There's so much pressure. Yeah. It's one of the things where it wasn't just the downtown people were affected.
I just want to say, folks, that's the end of it. Thanks for having patience with me. It's kind of interesting. I had to go back and forth and try to get the stuff that I didn't want to repeat too much for you. But this is episode 13. Please try to help everybody. Call, do what you can. That's all I ask. Thank you.